Hi there, racing fans. There's something I need to point out to you about some important racing concepts. When you join a racing car sport or play a race car game all the time and don't listen to proper use of it, you waste electricity and we all lose it. Not only are you putting yours and other people's safety at risk, but you're not being conservative of fuel and vehicular equipment and good health to keep in shape. And when you play a racing car game on TV or the computer, you're wasting electricity and abusing machinery with no positive progress. It's also too loud with some deadly noises. Racing in a motor vehicle burns fuel and motors, which wrecks your health as well as your safety. Fuel costs get too high for important transportation needs like driving or flying or sailing somewhere. One racing car carries up to 15 fuel tanks in every other car. Racing cars burn down motors 15 times faster than every other car. Racing car equipment costs up to 15 times more dollars than just the adequate amount of equipment needed for every other car. Racing car noise is up to 5 times as loud as the Jake brake in a large truck. If somebody you know has a disability where they're whining over not getting to play a racing car game, they must be referred to the neurophysiologist to have some artificial discretion programmed into them through a computer. If that person of disability is functioning like a 2-year-old, they must be referred to the brain surgeon to have their brain replaced with an artificial one. Racing is something we do for health and exercise, not for burning fuel and safety and equipment and for making a lot of noise. The Grand Prix is just as famous for no motor vehicles as it is for the use of them. Racing games on the computer are just as functional with no motor vehicles as it is with the use of them. Lumosity's Highway Hazards game can work better with no motor vehicles in it as it is for the use of them. Highway Hazards has too much motor noise and screeching tires which will damage your hearing very easily. Also because you're dodging hazards without slowing down. You are the hazard yourself. This is a bad example for children and people of disability in the traffic regulations and is therefore contrary to teaching them safe driving skills. In fact, the name of that game will need to be changed to Racing Hazards because of the subtraction of motor vehicles. Watch this clip with the tundra race with the dog sled. time you think that joining a NASCAR race in real life or play one on a video game machine or computer is something that needs to be legalized, think it all over. Doing so costs you and others money for fuel, vehicle parts, and repair bills. Think about this good and healthy race you just saw that wouldn't cost you nearly as much money and would help you to burn calories instead of motors. If you see a sign for a NASCAR race anywhere telling you about a prize you'll win with any amount of money, do not accept it. Only accept offers to races that don't use motor vehicles and talk about the prize of good health instead. A game like Highway Hazards on Lumosity was made out for training a person of disability on how to react fast enough. Dodging hazards doesn't come anywhere near tuning up reaction time. It just accumulates hazardous moves. By pushing the down arrow on your computer, it works like a brake to slow you down to encounter the hazard. All of that in which you saw on this demonstration is how the brakes work. It can't burn out your brakes because you're not in a motor vehicle. It just helps you to be ready for that upcoming hazard. This chart compares how good your reaction progress goes with dodging versus braking. Take a minute to look down at it. The place in which this demonstration was made was in the state of Utah along SR 24 from Green River to Hanksville. You start with www.googlemaps.com and screenshot each frame part of the road. You then convert each screenshot into a drawing. You can change the looks of the terrain in the area too. Just pick any road you want to go by and do the work. You can even do this through the city. If the road or street you're trying to do is not entered on www.googlemaps.com, you can go there to manually make the recording. But first, ask to be sure that that street or road is a public one before you record it.